The camera zooms in and it lets you know you hit a just frame. And when you hit this move, man, it's good as having sex. What's up, YouTube? Ozzy back with another video, ex-Tekken event organizer, ex-Tekken veteran. And I want to be talking about something so pivotal, something so instrumental, something so crucial which made Tekken Tekken. And that is just frames and how it's been slowly stripped away, where it's coming close to non-existent in Tekken 8. And I know a lot of people have quarrels with the gameplay and certain things in Tekken 8. But this is so instrumental in what made Tekken Tekken. And then you ask me, you know what, Ozzy, what is a just frame? If you're coming to this video, you don't know what a just frame is. Well, it's pretty much what it is, what it sounds like, right? It's an input that has to be timed within a single frame window. So in fighting games, a frame is 1/60th of a second. So that means you have a tiny, precise moment to press a button or an input on command. And if you miss it, you don't get the move, right? Or you get a weaker version of it. And we're going to see that with Paul Phoenix. But why is that so important? Because it turns execution into skill. This is what separates the average players from the great players, right? But not everyone can do that. It's like a rhythm. Not everyone can have that rhythm. And that in a tournament, you implement that where you can be in a meditative state and you can implement that skill. Man, that shows something impressive. Consistently to do that in a tournament, that's what separates from the great from the average. And in the older games, in Tekken 7, there were still some just frames there, They were kind of built into characters. You still see Kazuya Perfect Electric Wind Godfist, right? They didn't take that away, but they've taken away something from Tekken 8, which Tekken 4 just had, man. As you know on this channel, I love Tekken 4. This footage is from this brother called NW M Kwan. I'm going to shout out this brother in the description. He's pretty much done all the hard work here. And he's showing how difficult this is. This is Hyachi's Hell Sweep. You have to time this. Now in Tekken 8, he goes into that monster mode, right? When he hits heat 3 times. And then he can do this. But in Tekken 8, you have to time this to perfection. And now you look at Hyachi's Electric Wind Godfist. If you didn't do this properly, it came out like a really slow charged Electric Wind Godfist. Does that make sense? Now we look at this just frame here, right? It looks easy. But now, that same move, here you have Rip trying to do it. And it's not easy, guys. To do this in a tournament, that's what made you special. That's what made you a specialist. Like, yo, this guy's dedicated time and effort. And look, he's struggling to even get the uppercut in. And then go into that, to time that. Eventually, he does get it. Eventually, you get the timing. To do this in a tournament, it's not easy. And that's the beauty in it, guys. Listen, that's the beauty in it. If everyone can do something, it doesn't make it special. You see some guys in the gym, they've got amazing physique. Okay, you know what? There's a brother called Mr. Wade. He's got an amazing physique. He works hard at it every single day. And he got that physique. Now, if everyone can obtain a 6-pack, it doesn't make it special. The beauty is that it's difficult. When it's difficult, that's when you appreciate it. That's what, like, wow, this here is so hard. I'm going to show you something that's even harder. Now, guys, this move is called Demolition Man. And wow, what a great name, right? After the film Demolition Man with Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone. But look at this move. This brother M Kwan, I'm gonna put his video in the description. This brother explains, he goes, this move is a double legit just frame. What a name for a move. Demolition Man, named after the film. And look, it's one of the most difficult moves in any video game ever. to do this in a tournament, and it looks easy. And they're taking this away from Tekken 8. Or I don't know after which Tekken. I think it was Tekken 6. You see the beauty here, right? Look at this. When you land it, when you land the move, watch what happens. The camera zooms in, guys. The camera zooms in and it lets you know you hit a just frame. That's beautiful. Zoom in, letting the opponent know, yo, I did something special. And this is special. I practiced this move for hours. And the way the blue flames come out is so subtle. Now, in every bloody move in Tekken 8, there's colors here, there's flames here, there's sound effects. It sounds crazy and nothing special has happened. And when you hit this move, man, it's good as having sex. Honestly, look at this. Bang! Ooh, baby! This was beautiful to watch. And it was like a rhythm. You missed that. You're not going to get the blue flames coming out. That's what made this so special. And look, he does it in a juggle. It's beautiful to see, guys. And I don't know why this was stripped away. I really don't understand. And you see this Just Brain, right? There was a player in the UK, for me, probably the best pool player I've ever played in my life, called Shinjin. And I'll tell you the story. There was a tournament called Dynamic League, and Tekken 4 was imported from Japan. And this brother here was doing this move in a tournament. He had like 70 wins. And he did not miss it once. I thought Shinjin would miss it once. And going up against him, I was like, wow, I'm facing a specialist, man. And Demolition Man has to be top 3 or top 4 of my favorite Tekken moves of all time. So I really appreciate how hard this move is. And if you guys are watching this, go get Tekken 4 and try this move out. Don't do it on Tekken 6 or I don't know which Tekken they made it easy on. I think Tekken 5, they dumbed it down. Now anyone can do this move. In Tekken 4, you have to be a specialist to do that move. And the thing is, I remember asking Shinjin, I said, how did you practice this? He goes, I imported the game from Japan and I practiced it every day for hours and hours. And I was like, wow, that's how I know this brother was different. Because it wasn't luck. It's something you actually had to practice over and over again. And that's what made Just Frame satisfying, guys. It rewarded precision. Now in Tekken 8, the emphasis has shifted. I understand there's so many things wrong with Tekken 8. But as an old school player, this got taken away. And the game is more forgiving, guys. Even Law's Just Frame, DSS 3, so easy. Law had a Just Frame in Tekken 6. And when you watch players like Just Frame James land that, it's so beautiful to see. Like now, Law is easy. And impulse don't demand the same level of precision. And that's where I question whether some of these Law players are that good. Because you had to do a Just Frame, a DSS 3, and you had to time it perfectly in Tekken 6. It wasn't easy. And in Tekken Tag 2. But now in Tekken 7 and Tekken 8, they just stripped that away. And everyone plays Law now. And Law has lost his identity. Slides become easy. You could press down 1+2. He goes into slide. Everything's become easy. And when everything is easy and anyone can do it. Now, I'm not saying I don't want casuals to come in. I want more players. But for me, Tekken wasn't Street Fighter 2 Turbo, guys. It wasn't pick up and play. It's really separated the men from the boys. And now they've taken that away. And I don't know why they're doing that. And you see this brother M. Kwan. He has a beautiful channel. Guys, go subscribe to his channel. Amazing channel. I'll put the link in the description. But he says Lay also has some Just Frames, but unfortunately it was too difficult. My face is covered. He goes, unfortunately I couldn't land it, right? He Just Frames were one of the hardest Just Frames. He was probably one of the weakest characters in this game. What's beautiful about this game, right, is, okay, let's look at Jin. You know, I done a video the other day about Jin. Here, you see Jin. He has a special grab. Right, let me show you this special grab he had. You put the right input in, he made a different noise. You hear that? You hear that? He made a different noise. Now, you see this move, right? Everyone was crying about how Jin is broken. Let's break this down. This laser scraper, yeah? Firstly, you can sidestep that. Now, you have to time this just frame down to a T. Now, if you get it wrong, you could sidestep that also, right? Now, he's laser scraper. People were saying Jin was broken. But you have to time this. Here it comes. This was strict timing, guys. To do this in a tournament, not easy, man. So I would argue the fact that this game wasn't that broken because you actually required skill to do this. Look, it's not that easy. And look how simple the juggles were. Look at that. How simple a juggle was. And the focus has gone from actual warfare to a 20-second juggle into heat, into this, into yeah. Tekken 8, that's a good one. Like, if they remastered this, they don't even need to remaster this because the graphics still hold up. Give this an online netcode. Best believe I ain't coming back to Tekken 8. I don't even play Tekken 8 as it is. Before, you could tell how good someone was just by watching their execution. Now, I can't tell. Like, there's a law player. I'm not hating on him. Ninja Killer. Where was he before all these Tekkens? I'm sure he's good. But now, because the barrier to entry for law is easier, are these law players coming out of nowhere? I don't know. And I like the guy. I was like, he reps law. But is there a barrier to entry problem? You know, that's the question I have. Right? So the difference now is harder to see because the game just simply doesn't demand that precision. And guys, best believe this was done intentionally, right? Tekken 8 is more accessible. More players can perform strong moves, but it's still in a worse mess than any other Tekkens ever. You know? So more players can engage with the game, but the trade-off is clear. There is less precision required, means less reward for mastering it. So now the question becomes, do just frames still matter anymore in 2026? Or have they become optional? Because if they're optional, then Tekken fundamentally is not Tekken no more. It's changed. And that's why this conversation matters. I want to shout out to the brother in the comments. I forgot his name. But he said, Ozzy, you know what? I'll argue Tekken had better gameplay than all the other Tekkens. And I agree. I agree. Because it was hard. It wasn't easy. And that's where the beauty is. When something is easy, anyone can do it. Doesn't make it beautiful, man. So, I had identity, guys. And I miss it. I really, truly miss it. Because Just Frames weren't just difficulty. It made you who you are. Shinjin, till this day, I will remember him firstly as a brother, but secondly as one of the best, greatest pool players that just never got that recognition because he never liked to travel. And look at this, Just Frames. I love this Demolition Man. He was doing this for fun in tournament. And he got the better of me, I got the better of him, but I respect him so much because I know how hard this was. So guys, tell me what you think. Is Tekken better without that level of execution and timing and perfection? Or did we just lose something important? Or am I just waffling? Or am I just a boomer who can turn around and say, oh, you get with the times. Tekken was too difficult. That's why I didn't sell that many copies. This is just my opinion, you know? Let me know in the comment, guys. If you like the video, give it a like. And hit that subscribe button, baby. We're close to 1,000 subscribers. God bless you guys. And I hope this video was helpful and insightful. God bless.